Hi, I'm Christopher Warnock of Renaissance Astrology. Today I'm very pleased to present new Venus Birdhead Super Pisces talismans. These are for strongest love and for favor and benevolence. And I'm going to talk about all that stuff, tell you how amazing these talismans are. So these are talismans that we have not had for many, many years. And they come from our traditional, basically the key sources that we use, Picatrix and Cornelius Agrippa. So let me just talk about the election for this, because I think this is one of the most incredible things about these talismans is the election that's used. Now, in order to make these talismans, they have to be made with Venus rising in the first degree of Pisces. Now, not 1 degree of Pisces, the first degree, okay? So that's from 0 Pisces in 1 minute to 0 Pisces in 59 minutes, okay? So it's similar to like 1788 is in the 19th century. Okay, so don't get sidetracked by that, because we moderns, when we think of things, we all say 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. What are you when you're from 0 to 0 degree? I guess you call it 0 degree. So the first degree is where these have to be, and they have to be rising. Now let me talk about that. Now, one of the things about getting that election is it's extremely difficult to do. Okay, so Venus can only rise in the first degree of Pisces once a year. Only one possible day a year could that even happen, and even then, Venus can be out of place. Okay, so she could be rising too early, rising too late. Can't get her on the ascendant. The other problem we have is Venus can be afflicted. Could be retrograde, she could be combust, she could be making bad aspects, could be all messed up. So this is a very rare and a very unusual election. And so one of the secrets of astrological magic, and this is something that I don't think people understand or realize, is that the more pinpoint the election, okay, the tighter the election, the shorter it is, the more focused that election is, the more powerful it is, okay? If you think about the moon waxing or waning, I mean, that's what people maybe come across the first time as far as astrological stuff. I mean, that's happening half the time, okay? I just can't be that super powerful. It's happening for everybody in the entire world for like half the time that's going on. Not a very powerful election, okay? It's easy, so people jump on it because it's easy, but really, the difficult ones are the most powerful ones. And these are what I call pinpoint elections, okay? And, you know, this is very much like, if you think this rising the first degree of Pisces is very much like exaltation degree, okay? So the planet is, and you can check out the videos on that, the planet is exalted in its entire degree, but it intensifies that in a specific degree, okay? And each of the, you can see again, there's a listing of exaltation degrees. And same thing with Cazimi. Cazimi, you need to be within 16 minutes of the sun. 16 minutes, okay? A degree is super close. 16 minutes is just tiny, okay? And that happens only for a very short time, okay? And so these are other examples of these pinpoint elections. And again, one of the major secrets of astrological magic is something that really has sort of been revealed to me in the study and the practice that I've done. They don't come out and tell you about this, but if you look at the stuff that's considered to be powerful, that's considered to be super incredibly intense, it very often is a sort of pinpoint election. So this rising the first degree of Pisces is an example of this super powerful pinpoint election, okay, and very difficult to do, okay? And so this isn't a talisman we've been able to make very often. Often you can't make them. You got to wait for years and years for the election, the conditions to come up. So very, very pleased to have this again as a talisman. Now, one of the things that's cool about this is that Venus is +9 already, okay? So Venus is in Pisces, she's exalted in triplicity, and also dignified by additional minor essential dignities. So +9, very powerful election. And what's happening is that by itself would be great, but then intensified by being in the first degree, you just boom, popping the power up, just like I said, just like a Cazimi or exaltation degree. So these are super, super, super powerful Venus talismans. So these are optimized. Obviously, Venus is our primary planet. We think of Venus, and people think of, oh, love, and that's pretty much it. Venus has a much broader ambit. I'm going to talk about a little bit about that before, but let's start with love, okay? Because obviously Venus, you know, is the planet of love. If we're going to talk about love, we really need to talk about Venus. And these were optimized for the strongest love, okay? This is a very, very powerful love talisman. And the other goals, though, are benevolence and favor. And it's like, what? I mean, you look at that stuff and people just kind of blow that off. But what they're not recognizing is that, let's just talk about that. Okay, so benevolence. Benevolence is kindness, generosity, giving or receiving gifts. I mean, think about it. Same thing with favor. This is how we all want to be treated. This is how we want the universe to relate to us. Okay? It's almost like VIP treatment. Okay? You're treated specially. Everyone's nice to you. Everyone loves you. Everyone's kind to you. Everyone's giving you gifts. You're getting what you want. You're being treated specially. You're kind of enveloped in this whole, energy of love and benevolence and favor. Okay, because this is what happens. People get all focused on money, and that's like, you don't want to be some miser all by yourself, unloved, unhappy, buying yourself with a big pile of money. You think that's not going to happen? The purpose of the money, a lot of it is going to be getting these Venusian goals. And Venus really is, that's our planet. Friendship, love, pleasure, enjoyment, happiness. These are all qualities that come along with Venus. So you really, really want to have a good relationship with Venus. Definitely want to have this as part of your planetary practice. And these talismans are a great way to jumpstart that and get that. So like I said, so love talisman is great for that. But right now we're going through a period of lots and lots of stress and uncertainty and unhappiness and fear. And these are a really excellent antidote to that whole malaise that we're kind of getting stuck into. And so I'm really happy. I think this is a really opportune time to bring these talismans out. Very happy to have these available. And I'm really excited about it. So let me just show you the design, what they look like. Absolutely gorgeous talisman. You can see the bird head there. Bronze talisman, gorgeous design. Really, these are incredibly beautiful talismans. I'm very happy with those. And then here, very, very cool, is the consecration image. This is a Nigel Jackson image. Closely follows the description in Picatrix and Agrippa. And this is a really, really powerful image. If you look at this, say the bird head with the eagle feet there, it's a little weird. First times people say, oh, that's a little weird. I'm not sure if I like that. But what you're tapping into here is an incredibly ancient tradition. I've seen pictures of Inanna, who's a Babylonian goddess, is thousands of years old, with exactly the same iconography, with the head of a bird and the feet of an eagle. This is the mystery of it, the dreamlike quality of it. This is really tapping directly into the world soul, the anima mundi, the Alam al-Mathal and the Sufi terminology. This dreamlike image is extremely powerful for tapping into your consciousness and to activating the link to Venus. So I'm particularly happy to have these available for consecration. I think this is going to be an incredibly powerful meditation and consecration image, and something, again, you're looking for that Venus power, for love, also for, like I said, for the favor, the VIP treatment. So that you're loved, you're taken care of, you're kind, you're relaxed. So it's almost like the, Xanax of talismans. It's like, just chill you out. It's really, so I guess that's really how I would characterize these talismans, is to chill out talismans, relax you. And so again, very cool image. I hope you find that interesting. It's really cool to be able to offer this kind of talisman and to kind of expand people beyond just the most basic sort of social media definitions of the planets. I mean, each of the 7 planets is in all of us. Everything in the material world, all qualities, all things, all people, are all associated with multiple planets. And once we get in touch with them, we recognize the really incredible power of them. And so I think the devotional practices that I follow is particularly powerful in sort of tapping into that and bringing yourself and aligning yourself with that energy. But these talismans, again, are a great way to interact very powerfully with that power of Venus. So check those out. You can see the link there. Check out the incredible Venus bird head talismans. And if you're interested in getting a Renaissance Astrology talisman, you're serious about buying one, contact me. The contact number is there, the email, and you can send me your date of birth. And what I'll do is I can check to see if these talismans or other Venus talismans are compatible with your chart. I can also make talisman suggestions. If you're interested in having me do that, definitely have me check with me before you order. Okay, please don't order and then try to have your birth chart checked. That just causes confusion and complications. But definitely, these are interesting talismans to check out. Check them all out, and all our talismans available at Renaissance Astrology.